It's a circus of value! Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Kefka, Court Mage. This was a request through somebody in the membership program. Thank you, Spawn, for supporting my channel and for requesting a bit of Grixis badness. Because we are playing Kefka, which is very much all about killing, discarding, and countering everything our opponents have. Kefka himself makes all players discard, and then based on the types of cards discarded, will draw you more cards, which means you can play a little bit of discard synergy in this deck. But Kefka is also going to be dealing a lot of damage, swinging in and really never ever transforming because you don't need to. The triggers from Kefka get you really good card draw, and that really good card draw gets you more kill spells, more counter spells, more discard spells, so you can stay ahead of the game. Because Kefka has an on-attack trigger, this deck is also running a bunch of haste enablers. Whether it's boots or maybe some creatures too, we want to attack in. And a lot of other cards in these colors also benefit from attacking in. Thieving Aven taking from our opponents, Gobin getting some draw discard synergy, and of course some things that can get us more cards in hand, more cards in the graveyard, and just a bit of damage on our opponent's face. Kefka is what Grixis wants to do, and he truly is a villain while doing it. You're going to notice that this deck is playing some very mean cards, and it's going to match into a lot of mean decks too. So let's take Kefka into the queue and start clowning around. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. I played one of these before, and they conceded when I countered their commander, which is like, dog, I saw your hand, you would counter spells too. I have a turn 1 Ragavan, I have Edict, and I have Reanimate. I also have a bird. I like birds. They make me happy. Unless they're Nadu, then they don't make me happy. Nadu is typically running a lot of things that target their own stuff, because that's how you get card advantage or ramp off of him. Whether it's free targets like some booties or landfall, they've got it all. I do not have 2 mana. Let's see if they trade. They do trade. Shame. Frickin' bird. This is nerf Nadu. It triggers a maximum of twice a turn. That is still plenty. Did you know a 3 mana 3/4 flyer getting 2 lands or 2 cards a turn is good? Yeah, it's good. And I know you have counter spells, so let me just snag that Hobbit. Yeah, you can still blink it. If you have Displacer Kitten especially, you can pretty much go infinite on Nadu. It's just a little harder. Your Hobbit? Yes, our Hobbit. Sharing is caring, Nadu. Oh, they want it back. Sadly, I did not leave myself with black mana up. I'm trying to decide if I'm willing to play into certain counter spells. Notice that they did not put the tome on here. I'm gonna try to land Kefka. Let's do it. Hit him with the giggles. I'm dropping Thieving Aven. Their bird is bigger than my bird. The Edict would have been the follow-up. If I could kill the Hobbit, that's where the Edict would have been great because it's a non-targeting spell to kill Nadu. However, I didn't get that. They wanted to keep the Hobbit alive because they thought I had a counter spell for Nadu. I wanted to kill this because I wanted to Edict Nadu. All right, here's Nadu. They're going to get at least one trigger here. If it hits an untapped land, they can get another. They didn't. Worldly Tutor lets them tutor. I can hit that hand, though. I think I'm dropping Goben here. Drop a critter. What do you drop? Worldly Tutor? A Lightning Bolt. Yeah, let's see. Am I willing to let them draw a card? Yes. I'm going to hit the Delighted Halfling. That's fine. Play the land. Shoulder's Edict. Get him out of my face! Cheap kill spells are so direly important in this format. It's not just the Nadu's fault. It's honestly like the Rafellos do a lot. Yeah, die, you stupid birds. Play him again, I dare you. Okay, that's a good card. That'll bring back a fetch from their graveyard. And it's even untapped mana. Kefka's just a giant fly swatter. Yeah. Look at all those lands in their graveyard. There's so many. What's this green mana for? Oh, Scythe Cat. Yeah, that's a good way to trigger Nadu. I will surveil. This. I have blue. No, but that lets me do that and that. Yeah, okay. Ha, days. Really? You're blocking? A chance to steal Nadu? I don't want to steal Nadu. I want to kill Nadu. Or just, I don't know, prevent his existence. Nissa Resurgent Animist. They will get landfall because Weary Zone Guard grabs them a land, but only if it's tapped, which means they're swinging in and leaving their defenses down. They are going to be able to get another elf or elemental. Okay, they actually didn't go for the fetch, possibly because their life is so low. Oh, and now Monaco's playing. God, this team is so good. I mean, this Volatile Stormdrake they gave me is also doing a lot of work. Boots with the spurs. Kefka. Drop the tail's end. They go down to 2. I have 2 counter spells, one of which can steal. Give me your bird. What are the chances they concede when I counter Nadu? You know what's even funnier than that? I can actually just kill them by countering my own counter spell here. Because of Brusco. But why bother when I can steal the bird? First we take the Hobbit, then we take the world. Yasharn, Implacable Earth, will stop me from fetching because you can't pay life. You can't pay life. So many of my cards just don't quite work against Yasharn. I'm gonna mulligan this hand anyway. All right, this looks pretty nice. I have early creature. I got Mr. Bones. I'm gonna go for the blue-black Surveil land here. And they're gonna be getting more lands off Yasharn. That's what they do. Do I want to get... It's like I do want a 5th land. But I think since I already have 4, this should be fine. I'll play Emperor of Bones. Nice Library of Alexandria. Hey guys, why is this in the format? And don't be like, oh well, it was on the bonus sheet to replace Library of Lang. Why did you put Library of Alexandria in Brawl? I'm gonna be real with you. Very tiring playing against it. So unfortunately, even though I could counter its trigger once with the Tidebinder, I feel like I'd rather hold up the tail's end or just play this bird. I'm gonna play this bird. Tweet, tweet. Let me steal. Yeah, you can't permanently remove the abilities of it using Tidebinder. Last Wish, they give you the 5-month resub. Some Yasharn decks, by the way, are Hate Bears decks. Some of them are a bit more like just Selesnya control. Some of them are Selesnya ramp. I've run into Yasharn as just kind of a good piece that stops certain things. Thank you, Last Wish, for supporting the channel. So they just dropped Tomic. So they are a Hate Bears deck. I guess I'll take Tomic. Elia, Light Stall, Teleportation Circle. So they have a lot of blink stuff here. Take this Felia. And I will flash it out on their turn. Go, draw your card. Yeah, I think having Library of Alexandria in your opening hand on the draw is very, very good. Especially if you have a bunch of 1-drops, so you can, like, play them and hold this up, but they didn't. Alright, opponent, what are you doing? You drawing a card? Yeah, I think Teleportation Circle plus Kefka would be brutal. But I think the Felia at 2 mana, since it also lets me hold up the tail's end, is going to be even better. What are you doing over there? All right, they're drawing. More Hate Bears. Sure. I had a fetch on turn 1. I don't have another fetch here. Oh, I didn't do that before blockers. I was gonna bring out Tomic to block. My bad. Behold! A doggy. Bark, bark. Fear of missing out. I'm going to drop this exclusive nightclub. Because I can play it. If you're wondering, Amy, why did you do this now? The answer is because I want to blink the fear of missing out with Felia. Invasion of Gabagool, Sheltered by Ghosts, and Thalia. I don't think I'm playing any of these. I'm holding up the counter magic. And I'm dropping Sheoldred. Arid Mesa, cool. Aw, that's so cute. They're bringing out a Badgermole cub. Elspeth conquers death. Elspeth conquers the top of the library. I don't want them hitting my bird. It's a good bird. It's my bird. All right. Kefka time. Oh, right. I should have played the land and currency converter first. That's fine. I'll just do it now. Dropped a Cavern of Souls. Dang. Missed on that. Right. There was a reason I wasn't doing things. Figured I'd try. Elspeth for Gourd. They do get a free block if they want it. What is the most Tony Soprano of commanders? It depends on how you see Tony Soprano. Because, like, you could see him as, like, a well put together target, like, I don't know, like a Xander. But maybe you see him as just more of a kind of pompous jerk. Is he just a bully? A mean Beantown bullies? A family man with depression? Somebody says a sentient meatball? Meatball. My bird! Aw. Aw, dang. Thalia had to get taken for a walk. She needed some exercise. Alright, they have a bunch of little weenies here. I am going to grab... this bud. Nice. I'm going to do X equals 2. The architect gets to live. Nobody else does, though. I think you give architect protection, but it doesn't matter because we get 2 swings in the air. Wait, that does no damage. We get 2 swings on something. I think we win. GG. Kefka against himself. Yeah, you know, we all face the internal struggle of ourselves at some point in our lives. Just Kefka, I mean, what with his madness, probably does it more than most people. This is going to be probably a bit of a race. So now I do have an early counter spell. I have this, like a grief I could bring out here to protect Ragavan. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna burn like everything in my hand here. Technically, I should have griefed first, but like it's turn 0 for them. Let's see what they got. Okay, a Dark Ritual, Flow State, Memory Lapse, Thoughtseize, and Terminate. Dark Ritual gets them to Kefka faster. This is card selection as a counterspell. Thoughtseize hits the tail's end. Terminate kills the monkey, but not for 2 turns. I'm hitting Thoughtseize. I don't want to lose my tail's end. And now what are you going to do on turn 1, huh? Make 3 black mana? I don't think so. Well, well, well. Look what I've got. Ragavan! If you can steal something nice. Nothing for me to shove. That's too bad. I'm gonna seize their thoughts. Either... yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I feel like I'm tails ending a fetch this next turn. Rude is as rude does. I could have saved the treasure. Falling Tarn, Kefka next turn. But this seems to work just fine. Ragavan, get in there! Yeah, I made this deck a lot meaner because I think it works. And that's unfortunate. But right now, Brawl is all about killing Raphaelos before he can do anything. And free counter spells. And who doggy? Do we ever have free counter spells? Bye, other Kefka. I did go first. Quandrix, the proof, is proof of the phrase. Ramp is good. Because all you need to do is ramp to 6, cast your commander, and you've already gotten value. Typically, more ramp. This hand is fine. It's not really what I want, but they're going to be playing a lot of different ramp instants, ramp sorceries, and of course, other good green stuff. I feel like most Quandrix decks are playing a good number of extra turn spells as well, because they're good with the Cascade, but not that many counter spells. And the reason for that is pretty obvious. You don't want to Cascade into a counter spell. It's right there. It's going to be a Cascade catastrophe. Yeah. Kind of like the first sliver. The fact that the commander has Cascade kind of turns it up a bit, power level wise. Hopefully this doesn't get stifled. It didn't. That's good. Thundering Falls. Yeah, it's like a super emote. It's emote if emote were mythic rare instead of... Emote's uncommon, right? You can put emote and Quandrix together. Yeah, as long as you're casting high mana value spells. Ooh, beans. Was emote originally printed at rare, but is then reprinted at uncommon? I could also see that. Alright, Brawl's expertise. Big bounce spells work really well with Quandrix. Your Rivers, Rebukes, and the like. I would like to steal. Thieving Haven, what do you find? Ideally, I'm taking like an extra turn spell. Give me Time Warp. Okay, Carnage Temporal Sundering. Force of Will. I'm taking Carnage Temporal Sundering and I'm playing Rusko. Oh no, emote was always in a common. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Now I have a legend in play, and I've stolen one of your many extra turn spells. Watch them just cascade into it. Because you can hit Time Warp on it. They got Growth Spiral, so just another ramp spell. Refunds their mana a bit. And they're pondering. They cascaded into nothing because they have no 0 mana value instants or sorceries, but this does give me a second to look at the cards in their deck. By the way, the Delve spells are also very good because it checks the actual mana value of the spell. Upheaval, ew. Okay, Commandeer. Okay, Force of Will is still in their library. I am also checking to see if Force of Negation is still in their library. It is. Okay, so I think I'm safe to Karn's Temporal Sundering here. Me, you. Yeah, it's cute. They revealed their entire deck, so I got to see if the counter spells were still in their deck. And guess what? They were. I'm going to take an extra turn. If it works, we do it. In Response is playing Kutzil, which allows me to not play in response to their things because I can't cast spells on their turn. Also, they'll be drawing cards if they attack me with something that has a higher power and they manage to hit me. I have something that can kill a little thing of a little reanimation. This is like all kill and all reanimate. And a little bit of ramp. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is the most blue name playing a Selesnya deck. I like Kutzil. It's a good cat. Look at this. I feel like anti-counterspell hate is always out here. I do very much like these, though. Like, the fact that I have 2 sorceries and something that I can cast at sorcery speed against Kutzil seems right. Yeah, I don't mind playing Hearthstone. A Mandibular Kite, because this is a 0/0. It will count for Kutzil. They bonk me for 1, play a forest. Bye, Nick. I could technically go for countering Kutzil here, but I don't think that that is as good as getting rid of the kitten. This will allow them to draw next turn. Assuming they have a land, which they have a land. They played Scythe Cat Cub. Here's the kitten. And I think some of you saw this coming. I want to have a Scythe Cat come. All right, so come over here. I'm beloved paying life. Which colors are you? I don't have another like black source for that. That's fine. Griff's Boon! Swinging in, drawing cards. If I added another black land, instead of doing that, could have Soldier's Edicted. I ought to have enough mana here. Am I just setting up for Kefka next turn and letting them draw again? I think I know what I'm doing. I am going to Soldier's Edict. Goodbye, Avacyn's Pilgrim. I'm going to Baleful Mastery. Kutzil. Gotta do it on my turn because of the whole Kutzil. See if they have any protection. They don't. Griff's Boon can come back. And I'll swing for 4. Go, my kitty! Meow. Kutzil returns. They swing in for 1 and they'll draw a card. I want to draw cards too. Kefka! Get in there. I'm going to drop Tail's End because Kutzil. They dropped a land. I draw 2. Neither of those were lands. And I'll swing in with the cub. Yeah, Kefka also brings the beats pretty well. Heliod's punishment turns Kefka into a punished little beastie here. Means I cannot block. If they swing in here for 4 damage, they draw a card. Ooh, Knight of Autumn. Get count. Nope, they're destroying the Signet. They're saying, hey, if you don't have 5 mana, I know you can't cast as good cards. Okay, if I steal Mandibular Kite off Dak, this is actually annoying. I would need white mana to equip it to something else. Ugh, Orem's Chant. In this economy? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, nice. For losers. I'm still trying to race. One of these days I'll draw lands. Maybe. Debatably. Ooh, nice. Prairie Survivalist and Luminarch Aspirant both give a combat buff. This one hits a card in play and a card in hand. This one just puts a counter on a creature. That's 5 damage. I think I attack first here with the Scythe Cat Cup. Oh, I should have played the land. My bad. All right, X equals 1, 2. Great. The threats are removed. If I lose this from 1 damage, you know who to blame. It's me. It's always me. And we'll see if they have, like, I don't know, boots for haste or something like that. They have a 7 mana Kutzil. And one day, Kefka will be free. Maybe. Maybe not. No, looks like the stolen Scythe Cat Cub and a little bit of value off Kefka is going to take them down. Nashi, Illusion Gadgeteer. We'll be discarding cards and then bringing them back. Or just casting them and casting them again. I have no red mana in this hand. But I still think that it's worth keeping because of, like, Thoughtseize, Currency Converter, all of this. They're saying, hey. Hey! Oh, yeah, you're rude, aren't you? Actually do have an enchantment. That's fun. I don't have a fetch right now, so the Stifle's not doing as much. Rift is just annoying. Pick your poison, Edict, Denial. And I do have untapped mana on the next turn. So I'm going to hit Edict. This is one of those. I think they're going to shock in Watery Grave. And I'm just not going to give you anything for it because I drew a red source. I'm just that good. Yeah, you want to use your pick your poison? I mean, Harmonic Prodigy doubles Kefka. Is Kefka going to resolve? Yes, of course it is. I just gotta believe. All of Tamio's family is, unfortunately, very annoying. Hey, you want to stifle this? Okay, there's the fetch they can stifle. I feel like this turn they're gonna pick your poison, kill the fear of missing out. Unless... Hey, yeah, you reading this? Hey, what's up? I don't run Roaming Throne in this deck. I run Harmonic Prodigy because for 2 mana, I can double Kefka's ability. It doesn't really have much synergy with other cards in the deck. I like making my commander do the same thing, but more. Currency Converter. A great act of violence! Pass the turn. I'm like, girl, I know you want to stifle this so bad. I've been there. I'm just gonna get a loot out of the way. Ah, interesting, interesting. Yeah, I'll still put that into exile. Ooh, dang. They would actually be able to stop with the Stubborn Denial and the Stifle. Doesn't matter, I'm not using that. So yeah, I'll let the Currency Converter go. Because if I burn Force of Will here, they can Stubborn Denial it and Stifle this land. Alright, and now I'll have a land in my graveyard. So FOMO will get doubles. We're both very much playing these sort of piles against each other. Oh yeah, what joy. Psychic Frog. Fear of missing out will be very nice if I get to that point where I'm doubling up a Kefka attack or even a Psychic Frog attack. I would love to get to just like fly in twice with the Psychic Frog. Okay, Satyr Wayfinder, they want to fill up their graveyard. What do I have here? Reanimate, Drown in the Lock, Vamp Tutor, and they got a land. Boseiju. So they can bounce the thing. Or counter a thing, but they can't do both. They don't have enough blue. Oh, they got enough for an eyeball! Hold up. Do I want to put it on top or just counter it? I'll just counter it. They're saying, good game. I'm glad you had fun, question mark. I'm gonna exile 3 cards from my graveyard. Boop, boop, boop. Swing in! The frog stuff! Drawing cards! Winning games! Didn't get to play Kefka. It was over before 5 mana. Marchesa, Dealer of Death. Same colors as me, but usually a few cheaper spells. Whereas I'm a bit more mid-rangey. They have a 3 mana commander that just gets them pure card advantage each time they commit a crime and pay 1 mana, which adds up to so much value. I expect to see a lot of the 1 mana kill, discard, and counter spells from them because they work. They work extremely well. Marchesa is, I would say, yeah, a bit more like Grixis tempo compared to my deck, which is a bit more Grixis mid-rangey. I got some control elements here. I want blue-black. Sorry. Took me a second there. And we pushed a frog. Ooh, you want to discard a card in response? No. Good. I could hold the Tail's End to try to stop Marchesa, but because I don't have another land here, I think I'm just maximizing fixing and playing the Talisman. I feel like because they're against a Grixis deck, if I am showing 1 blue mana, they might not play Marchesa. Yeah, all right, I think I got that right. I'm going to go for Harmonic Prodigy, holding up Tail's End this time. I want to get presence on the board. Yeah, look at this beautiful symmetrical gameplay here. Do I want to try landing something? I do. Nicol Bolas. Strict Serenade! Hey, you gave me board presence! And an opposition agent. Good card. I do have many fetch lands. I have every fetch land available in these colors. But that ain't one of them. You have black mana up, I see. You also have free counterspell. Good. That's what I was hoping for. All right, Tail's End. I'm going to drop that. They dropped a Cling to Dust. That's what was holding priority. Let me try to kill Marchesa here. I don't have any searches in hand. Oh, and by the way, Marchesa puts into hand. She does not draw, so Sheoldred doesn't do the thing. Nice. Kefka has landed. And Kefka is killed. They're swinging in for 3. All right. Shelly. Tail's End. I cannot force negation because it's my turn. Swinging for 2. I guess I could, like, leave it back, but... Marchesa returns. So tough because it's like the act of the commit a crime on Marchesa is what lets them trigger the draw. So you can't really respond to that unless you're stifling it. I will counter that. Would I rather tap and draw? I'd rather tap and draw. Prevent 6 damage. I don't need the 2/2 bird. And unfortunately, I drew a fetch land and opposition agent is still in play. Why are we high-fiving about? Making Grixis baddies fight each other. Ooh, Prismari Commander, getting rid of my cool rock! Dang it. Okay, Mr. Bones. Is there anything game-winningly powerful that I could bring back? You know, that Fury would help. Oh, they know it too. So I think the answer was we bring back Fury, kill the opposition agent, fetch and protect. Old Stickfingers, a clear reanimator commander that's usually just playing a cheesy little combo, one which I can't stop that well with this hand because I only have one piece of removal, and ideally I want to have 3. Old Stickfingers tutors Arden and Ulamog into their graveyard, and then reanimates Arden, getting Ulamog. He sees himself in exile, and it wipes your opponent's board, killing them in 2 hits. My problem is that Old Stickfingers also usually runs some discard spells and a little bit of other protection to make sure that their stuff goes. I guess this is all right. I'll drop the boots with the spurs, and I want to keep my my kill spell if I can, but for now I'm just gonna play it as a land. Like I have other kill spells. I have one counter spell here. You don't memory lapse Old Stickfingers because this is on cast. You memory lapse, well, there are other stuff. Okay, so Inquisition of Kozilek, as I said, they have discard spells. You hit memory lapse. No, they hit Terminus. Oh, maybe they're worried about Kefka. All right, well, they know about the memory lapse now. Yeah, if you can exile the stuff out of their graveyard, that's also pretty good. Typically, there isn't a big window, and I'm not running that much graveyard hate. I'm running Emperor of Bones. I'm running Emperor of Bones because if I'm discarding stuff, I think it's a really fun way to like turn their stuff into good stuff. Ha! Nice duress. I technically have Otawara here as a way to stop their combo. You Otawara the Arden back into their hand, and they don't get the trigger, and they would have to cast him. Three mana. They are plotting a bog. And I'm surveilling. Ooh, Gobin. Pillage the Bog is... it's like a little mini tutor. It doesn't search through everything, it just looks at a bunch. I feel like usually they're using that to find the reanimation spell. Hey, bud, guess what? Yeah, you've cast so many discard spells. You're looking for reanimate? They know about Otawara. And we do not play Kefka here because of the knowledge that they could, if they have the card reanimate, just do the thing. And I don't want to deal with that. Ooh, yeah! That would be nice. You like the art on Pillage of the Bog? Oh, yeah, it's cool. Oh, old Stickly, huh? Putting Arden and Ulamog into your graveyard. Never seen that before. You cast and reanimate or not? No, of course you're not. Unfortunately, because they did that there, the Douthie becomes a lot less useful. Still swinging in with both. Douthie Voidwalker. That's a lot of lands. Yeah, just a couple. This deck does run a bit of ramp and a bit of lands because I have a 5-mana commander. Also, he draws cards. Yeah, you see what's going on. Johnny Nakat Pariah. He's out here to kill his brother. I don't want to be paying all this life, but it's what I have. And then maybe Baragoyf could help me out. This is one of those decks that's hard to play against because it's a lot of aggro. And if you try to stop them from dealing damage, they get a Planeswalker that deals even more damage. I've got, I guess, turn 1 Thoughtseize, an Infernal Grasp. I'll pay life to try to stop them from doing what they're doing, and hopefully I won't just die first. I'd say that a Johnny being such a fast card, oh, Fatal Push is better for this, such a fast card, it can probably get in under the mid-ranginess of this deck. All right, so they have a Signet, Ophelia, Bombardiers, and Caretaker's talent. I'm gonna hit Bombardiers, but all of these are problems. You kidding me? Flash Dog? Yeah, Flash Dog's a problem. Thankfully, most of these problems die to Fatal Push, which I'm into. I'm into not having to deal with it. In fact, I'm not even waiting. Noah Johnny. I'll deal with the 2-1. It will kill me over time. Chat saying, don't you dare hurt that dog. Do you think I have a choice? Dogs and cats working together? Oh, that's a funny one. So Skittering Kitten is able to just sacrifice itself. It is a cat. And that triggers the Johnny. Okay, more kill spells. I'll take it. And because this is free and they have enough mana to replay a Johnny, I am going to either Sheoldred's Edict now or wait until they put this on the stack and do it. But, oh, one sec. If they do that next turn, they'll get the cat token, then I can edict that. Actually, we go for Goyf this turn. They do not have another red permanent if they sacrifice the Skittering Kitten. Baragoyf is, let's just say, chonkled. And I can use the Sheoldred's Edict to kill the flip to Johnny. Yeah, Skittering Kitten, I think, is a very, very good way to flip a Johnny because it's a cat. A Skittering Kitten in paper has a different name. It's like Venom Spider Cat. Is it just Spider Cat? Is it just Spider Cat? One second. Scryfall. Show me Spider Cat. Yeah, don't you love there's like 8 million Spider-Mens. It is Masked Meower. Yep. It's a Spider-Man. Or cat. It has creature type cat. A Johnny's coming down.
Where shall we hunt today?
Brother! Where shall we hunt today? Hey. I'd say probably the nastiest thing they could have in their hand for me right now would be if they had like Fury and another red card and they could flip it out, but they don't. Great. So Skittering Kitten dies. They discard, they draw. Here's a Johnny. A Johnny can make cat, but no damage. Oh, you're buffing you're buffing the cats? Bye. Let me hit. Wait, for real? Thank you. Baragoyf is in this deck because it's generically good stuff. That's what it is. It's good in its stuff. Since that costs 6, I feel all right. Here, I'm going to play Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones currently hitting possibly Bolus, possibly Broadside, Broadside Bombardiers is just one hell of a card. Okay, so they're killing Baragoyf. This dies because it loses the plus... It loses the buff. It loses the Goyf text. And now it's gone forever. Yeah, Baragoyf sure combos with itself. It's also kind of part of the theme of, like, on-hit cards. We have our Psychic Frogs, Baragoyf. We have a bunch of haste enablers, so we may as well benefit from them. Not just for Kefka, but for everything else. They stepped on my bones! And now I take 6. I don't want to take 6. I could go Douthie, Grasp, or just hold up Tide. I think I'd rather go Douthie and Grasp. Was hoping for a land for Kefka. I am running quite a few lands in this deck. Caretaker's Talent. This would be card draw for them. I think that's worth the force. It gets exiled, but not to Voidwalker, so I can't steal it. Not that I really need to. And now what I need is a land! Alright, I'm gonna use this because I believe in my ability to get an untapped land this turn and play Kefka. Okay, nope, that's Damnation. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, Damnation for my beaver gang. I have 2 board wipes in this deck. I have Damnation and Toxic Deluge. Voice of Victory stops me from casting things on their turn. Also, very good aggressive card. Skyclave Apparition, gonna put the Douthie Voidwalker in jail. What sets me up just deliciously for the Damnation, since that will give me a 2/2. Not a land! I'm at 9 life. My main life gain source is gone for good. Karizev crew of 2 comes with a fresh hot Ragavan. I will block Ragavaniel. Take 3. Okay. Bolt or Kefka? I think it's Bolt. Play the land tapped. I finally did get to a land for Kefka. Being at 6 against them's not where I want to be. You're gonna play a Johnny? Yep.
I will prove my worth.
And I'm down with discarding this land to try to draw something else. Okay, so they discarded... Why do they have Judgment? Yeah, alright. We'll see what they draw. They also have the ability to just put +1/+1 counters on things. Because I have this and they... No, they do have a red source. Alright, so I have to take the hit from Brother Token. Yeah, joy. Frickin' Brother Token! You gonna put counters on it with the Air Temple? I'm now in Lightning Bolt range. Not a Lightning Bolt. Okay, I am going to go down to 2. And a Cryptic Command will help. Swinging in. Discarding Marsh Flats. Stealing this with Dak would give me enough mana to still Cryptic Command, except, and here's the problem, well, they can tap it in response. So I cannot play the Dak here. Land. You want to cast that? Okay. I am going to, I think, counter tap. It's either counter tap or let it resolve tap draw. But I think because I have card advantage here, I'm going to go with counter tap. Use your abandoned air temple. It's the only thing you got here. I dare I not play the greatest thief in the multiverse. Because he just ain't cutting it for me right now. In fact, maybe I'll even discard him. No, I'm going to discard a land. I don't have anything to discard. Not counter and bounce the token. If I countered and bounced the token, I would still be dead to a Johnny attacking me. Okay, so this puts me in this, like, weird spot where they just have lethal. I don't know if there's anything I could get on the draw and discard. Now, I could flash this in to block.
Plenty of profit to be had.
But that's not enough.
Information's almost as good as money.
Nope. None of these quite cut it. They beef up. And you can attack in. Yeah, I know. Even if I had one kill spell, it'd probably kill me. They have swung! And a Johnny and his brother! Together! Get to kill me! See you, Johnny? You're not a brother killer. You're a brother friend. Briscoe, Clockmaker! He's got blue, he's got black, and he is a war criminal. One worth hating. I guess I got the grief here. I'll keep this hand, and it's just a matter of, do I do the grief early, or do I, like, Dark Ritual into it on turn 2? I think that that's better. Undercity Sewers. Don't want the boots. I want, like, lands. Yeah, we have 2 scammable cards. Yeah, welcome to the free spells meta. It's terrible. Terrible for everyone. Briscoe comes into play and makes a clock. You probably already knew that. He's the clockmaker after all. Yep. And then he drains your life total bit by bit. Gobin is in this deck as kind of a fun include because you have the discard synergy on the backside, and he's just a good tempo card early on. Yay. I'm gonna drop this Kolgan's command. Where conniving? It's too blue for me to feel comfortable going for grief here. This would have come in tapped. That's why I didn't play Lounge. I might also end up cycling this. A Dread Fugue. Okay. They will get to hit one of these 4 cards. Oh no, never mind. They had cleaved it. I actually should have just cast that and used it for Xander's Lounge. I thought that they had played the 3 mana. They're considering. What are you considering? Are you considering showing me the cards in your hand? right, what do you got? Okay, counterspell, counterspell, other clock, tutor, inquisition. I'm hitting beseech. And because I know they have Kutzil's Inquisition, I kind of want to drop Force of Negation here. Ooh, but there's a duress. Maybe I'll drop subtlety. Yeah, this way, like, no matter what, they will have something they can hit on that. I'm gonna drop the... Subtlety lets me hit Rusko next turn. Also, a force that they know about is not as helpful. Bing bong, ding dong. Still holding up the tail's end and the leak. Oh, booties! Sheoldred would just get countered here, so we're going to drop it. We're going to play Duress. Sheoldred, what are you doing here? She's like, don't mind me. What's that mana leak? This is no longer a Kefka deck. Chat, you know what we're doing? We're playing Fleam. Don't make your dreams less than Fleam's. It always was Gobin and Fleam. Yeah, I took most of the discard synergy out of this deck, but not all of it. They could Tails End the trigger. That would stop me from doing the card draw side of things. I could also just bounce it, since the only spell we know in their hand right now would be that, the Tails End. Who up Gobin and they Fleams? Oh, Malakir Rebirth, in case the thing dies. It's so weird playing this game, like, essentially face up. Because we've both just been hitting each other's hand with all these discard spells. Can be hit by the Inquisition. I still don't have red mana even. What a funny game. Kefka's like, I'm here too. Look at me. I'm helping. Honey, you did nothing. Nashi Illusion Gadgeteer flashes in, gives things flash from the graveyard, and puts them in hand. Well, makes a secret copy of them in their hand. Speaking of their hand, I would like to look at it so I can see what they have and remove those things from play. So we will inquire, what things do you have that could stop me from Dark Ritualing into Kefka or Rusko? Baleful Strix doesn't stop me. Sauron's Ransom, it's annoying, doesn't stop me. This is a turn 1, this is a turn 2, this is a turn 3. I'm hitting the Baleful Strix. They are not going for the turn 1. Lorien revealed they're like, I got enough lands in hand. Do I think my opponent managed to draw a counterspell in that one card? I'm gonna say no. Rusko, come out here. Give me some ramp. Don't be a rude boy. Going to get me a clock. Going to start draining them. Lets me get this grief out next turn. It's Rampsko. Yeah, since I have so many instants and sorceries in this deck, I think the Rusko is quite good. All right, Celindy Vision. He's a rude boy clockmaker. The rudest. Throat gophers, they are killing Rusco. Good. This is so fetch. Alright, let's hit him with the good grief. Next turn, they will be able to flash out Nashi. Nashi has stats, by the way. Alright, consult the star charts. Soren's Ransom and Lorien revealed. I'm gonna hit the Ransom. I have Sauron's Ransom in my Celestial Toymaker deck. Did y'all see they revealed a new card for Celestial Toymaker? I'm excited. I should say it's another, like, fact or fiction type card. Just gotta believe I am fully committing to Kefka on this turn. Are you gonna consult the star charts to find a cheap counterspell? Do you already have a cheap counterspell? Sort of. This is a bounce spell. And it does slow me down. Especially because I use the Arena of Glory because I wanted to get 2 triggers. Now, one of the most annoying things about Nashi is that this is a 4-mana 4/4 with Flash, Menace, and Ward 2. So they can flash it out. It is very hard to kill at instant speed because of that extra bit of Ward. And it gives you the instant speed something else. Sometimes a blink spell. He is a rude boy clockmaker, but he's dead. This is just a rude rat boy. I hate your mother, and I hate you too, Nashi. Yes, you're wonderful characters in this story. It's so sweet of how you went into Duskmourn to try to find your friends and save them. It was too late. Oh, it was so sad. And like your mother's like soul practically in a scroll that was stolen by Valgavoth to lure you in. Yes, you have such a tragic story. It's so sad the way that you had to lose your mother like kind of 3 times in a row. But I hate your card. You know what card is kind of like just fine? Every single other Nashi card. But not this one. I have a generational feud. Yeah, me versus the... I don't know what Tamio's last name is. Family. The Tammy fammy. Amy hates Tamily guy. Ding bong. Peter the rat is here. I'm gonna drop Baleful Strix because it has 2 types. Because I want to draw more cards. Why are you counting your mana? Why are you counting my mana? Do you have like upheaval in your hand or something? You stop that. You gotta pick. What are you discarding? Do you think they're trying to guess, like, what I discarded? It's a 2-type spell. It doesn't matter. Drop a land. Actually, I don't think they have a land, because they did end up island cycling. Ah, Mana Leak! Getting all over the place. And I need to pay attention to what they put in the graveyard, since they could put things back in hand. For example, if they got a land here, I could see them flashing out Nashi and going for the throat on my turn to kill Kefka. Before they draw for turn, they're tutoring. Something notable is that they do not have double black mana that I can see after casting this tutor, which means I'm not too worried about damnation. If they want to spend all that life on a Toxic Deluge to get rid of Kefka, that could work. Maybe they have like a control magic type card. Wouldn't deal with the grief, though. Bing bong. So what did you tutor for? Hey, diddle diddle, it's the quantum riddle? And a splash portal. So splash portal is one of the things that you can get nasty with on Nashi because it becomes instant speed and draws you a card each time you blink Nashi. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm gonna Cyclonic Rift this back into your hand. I'm thinking about Avening. I think this is fine though. We're gonna Brazen borrow this right back. I'll swing for 3. Bird up. Baleful Strix. Risco or Baleful Strix. Risco! More clocks! Yeah, they might, I don't know, like take an extra turn and kill me. More clocks. Bing bong. Yeah, this can also hit permanents, which is rough with Nashi. Alright, they're gonna go Riddler first. They draw 2 cards because they only had 1 in hand. You're eyeing my Aven. It's a good bird. I'm not blocking. Ow. Yeah, I'd say like a well-timed counterspell could take me out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I want to go Kefka with the haste to try to bait the counterspell, and then 1 ring. Or they could force me to block here. Did they find some removal, though? Time Warp. That's a good card. They have removal. No, they have lethal here. Nashi, bring back the kill spell, kill the Aven, swing, hit my face. Nashi enters play. They are not going for infinite extra turns because they do not need to. Right, Nashi? You're going to go for the throat. You're going to cut this bird's throat. You're going to swing in, and you're going to kill me. Let's see it. Okay, that's a land. Let's see it. Okay, give him a minute. Any minute now, Nashi. And they go for the throat. They kill the bird and they swing in for 2 damage. 4 damage. I know how to count, which is more than 3. And they get there. GG, Nashi. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you again to Spawn for supporting my channel as a big dog and requesting this commander. Actually, Spawn requested Kefka or Marchesa or Cormella. I wrote those down. Kefka, I think, is probably the best positioned in the queue right now, followed by Marchesa, and then Cormella you can use for some infinite turn nastiness, but all 3 of them are pretty strong decks that your opponents are going to have difficulty dealing with since, well, Grixis is good. All of these like free spells and card advantage commanders are very strong. And as you probably saw in the video, they win a lot, oftentimes just outvaluing their opponents. But if your opponent is running the same strategy or is very aggressive, they can get in underneath Kefka and take the win. I think that this deck is pretty strong, and this updated version compared to the original one is going to be a bit more punishing and a bit faster. It's running a lot of free counter spells, it's running a lot of very rude cards, and I feel like it does what it needs to do. The kind of cards that you could cut from this deck are cards like Nickel Bolus or Invert Polarity that I run because I like them a lot, and replacing them with more ramp, more value, more discard, because all of those things are very good with Kefka. I would say that the MVP of this deck is probably Hexing Squelcher, because it stops people from stopping Kefka from resolving. Also, another big thing about this video, I actually recorded close to 3 hours of content and had to cut a lot of it because our opponents concede once we interact with their hand, their board, or the stack. Because this deck has so many mean cards, you'll have opponents who queue up, they play their commander, it dies, and they leave. So I guess if you want wins where you don't really play the game, Kefka might be the choice for you. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you would like to have me brew a deck for you, please consider joining the big dogs or just joining the membership program in general. I appreciate everybody who helps support my channel. It is awesome that I'm able to do what I do full time, and I can only do it because of all of you. So thank you, everybody who supports my channel. And also thank you to everybody who just watches my videos, tells their friends about the videos. It is very, very kind. Thank you so much. And of course, have a brawlful day.